Hi, and thanks for checking in with MeetYourSweet.com. Today I'm going to explain to you why it's sometimes necessary to be what I call consciously inconsiderate in order to create the relationship and life of your dreams. Did you know that men don't actually like women they can control? Independent women who are strong in their personalities and who don't look to anyone else for validation or approval are actually the ones that quality men tend to respect and desire the most. And funnily enough, they're also the ones who seem to get the most exciting dates with the most attractive men. A lot of people don't believe this is true because they tend to equate independence and strength of character with the idea that such a woman is also unfeminine, not nice, and not sweet. I invite you to free up your mind to the idea that you can be strong, independent, run your own life, and also be as feminine and sweet as you like. Being an independent, tough, consciously inconsiderate woman doesn't have to equate with being mean or rude. On the contrary, you can still be as sweet as a summertime peach. But if you're really interested in having it all, and you're really interested in creating quality relationships that include things like respect, equality, and outrageous fun, then you've got to know how to stay true to yourself and run your life the way you want to. And that's where the consciously inconsiderate idea comes in. First of all, let me run a few concepts by you. Most women think that what a guy really wants is a nice girl. You know the type I mean, the kind of woman who maybe tries to smother what she really thinks in case it makes him not like her so much or ask her back for a second date. I call this my school of he'll like me more if I just try a little bit harder. This mindset is also known as the believing that our relationship will work if I twist my personality into a completely new shape according to what he says he likes and wants. Now here's why this is so important. It's because most women have an unconscious desire to act in this way, and most of the time we may not even know we're doing it. We just get this feeling to act a certain way, and before we know it, we've morphed into the woman without an opinion. It's kind of like a force of habit, and it can be a real tough one to break. Usually this belief occurs because we picked up the idea from somewhere that putting other people's needs before our own is the way to create a healthy relationship. Not true. Here's what I advise, that you try out a little conscious inconsideration in your own dating life. If you have a problem with being too nice and you're often shaping your life out to suit other people, then you need to hear this. A quick tip, most of us have at least a little smidge of this too nice personality trait inside us. I think you know what I mean. It's when you say yes when you don't want to, you give and give even though it's not convenient for you to do so, you always let other people make the decisions and choices, or you call and text too much and too often and end up chasing the guy away. It all stems from being too nice and trying to act a certain way to get liking and approval from others. If this sounds even a little bit like you, what you've got to practice doing is taking a step back. It's not about being rude or manipulative. This is about normal behavior that preserves your self-respect and enables you to act appropriately to the situation. For example, let's say you're waiting on a phone call from a guy you really like after a great first date. He told you he'd call, but it's now been 4 days and nothing's happened. Now you could decide to take matters into your own hands and start calling and texting him to see how he feels. Or you could decide to act in a way that keeps your self-respect and makes you feel good about yourself, and just get on with your life and other dates. Here's the difference. One of these choices will get you an answer, but you'll most likely end up feeling insecure and empty for trying to get it. Because deep down, you know that when it comes to guys, no answer is your answer. The other choice might seem harder in the short term, but it leaves you feeling empowered, secure, and free to get on with your busy life and continue to date other people. And in fact, it's actually much more realistic. Think about it. Either he calls of his own volition and wants to continue getting to know you, or he doesn't. Either way, no amount of texts or calls from you is going to convince him otherwise. Why not embrace the option that leaves you feeling strong and good about yourself? When you start acting too nice, you give away all your self-respect and basically start acting like a woman without options. It just makes you seem like less of a prize, and it sure doesn't feel very good when you know you're making a mistake, but you go ahead and do it anyway. I suggest that instead of being a slave to your impulses, you try choosing your self-respect and acting in a way that makes you feel good about yourself instead of powerless. This is what conscious inconsideration is all about. It means putting yourself first and prizing your dignity above your desire to chase some guy whose actions are actually sending the message loud and clear anyway. Because let's face it, the only thing that feels worse than being silently dumped by a guy is being silently dumped by the same guy and then calling him 20 times on top of it. My recommendation is that you consider cutting all the dead wood out of your life. while simultaneously clearing the way for people who are going to genuinely appreciate you. And the way to do this is by embracing the art of being consciously inconsiderate and putting yourself first. It's a great way to stay in control of your life, your own emotions, and the types of relationships you create. For more great advice on dating and relationships, you can check out our free 6-part mini course. I think of it as Man School, and it will get you in touch with some healthy, effective ways to attract quality guys and quality relationships into your life. Thanks for checking in.